Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. We continue with today's lesson. Ad-darsu al-thalisu. Before that, let us begin our session with Ummul Kitab Al-Fatiha. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki yaumiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin. Baik. Nah, ad-darsu al-thalithu, lesson 3, ad-darsu al-thalithu, ba'a al-bida'ata lillahi. Ba'a al-bida'ata lillahi. Ba'a bermakna sold, so he has sold al-bida'a, the items or the goods, lillah, for the sake of Allah. So this is a story about a sahabi who has sold his goods for the sake of Allah, or he sold it to Allah. Naam. Ba'a al-bida'a lillah. Tayyib. Naqra al-faqrat al-ula, the first paragraph. Al-faqra al-ula fi sanati as-sabi'ata ashrata. So there is a mistake here. Please correct the mistake. It should read ashra as-sabi'ata instead of sabi'ati. So here we have to read as-sabi'ata and then ashrata. Sabi'ata ashrata. Fi sanati sabi'ata ashrata min al-hijrati wa fi ahdi al-khalifati Umar ibn al-Khattabi asaba al-muslimina bil madinati qahtun wa maja'atun hatta kada ahlul madinati yahlikuna ju'a. وفي تلك السنة أيضا وصلت قافلة عظيمة مكونة من 1000 جمل محمل ببضائع من الشام. نعم. فهنا في السنة السابعة عشرة من الهجرة. Okay, what year is this? سنة سابعة عشرة من الهجرة. سنة بمعنى year. So can you guess what year is this? In what year? Anyone?
Tahun ke-7.
Ke-7. If it's tahun ke-7, then you say sana sabi'ah. Sabi'ah, na'am. Sabi'ah is the 7. But here you have ashrah. Sabi'ata ashrah. Na'am. Ma mana ashrah?
10.
Ashrah is 10. So sabi'ah ashrah di mana?
710.
710. No, this is not 700. 100 is mi'ah. Mi'ah. So there is no word mi'ah. Sabi'ah ashrah di mana? 17. 17. This is the ordinal number for the word sab'ata ashara. Sab'ata ashara. In the morning session, we learned about ordinal number, but it is up to 10. So this is 17. Sabi'ah, so that is 7, yes. And ashra is 10, so 17. So fi sanati sabi'ata ashrata, in year 17 of hijrah. So after hijrah. Min al-hijrah. Okay. So sometimes you see they just write ha. They just say sab'ata ashara or sabi'ata ashara, ha. So ha, how do you read that ha? You can say min al-hijrah. Min al-hijrah. So it means after the hijrah. Wa fi ahdi al-khalifati Umar ibn al-Khattab, and during the era of Khalifa Umar. So this is during the time. Kalimah ahdun. Ahdun bermakna during the era of Khalifa Umar al-Khattab. So what happened on this year? Asabal muslimina bil madinati qahtun wa maja'atun. Asaba has affected the Muslim in Medina. So these two things has affected the Muslimin in Medina. First, qahtun. What is qahtun? If you look at the ma'ani of the mufradat, here they said qahtun means jafaf. Jafaf is what? Dryness. And one qita'il matar or wa inqita'il matar, and the unavailability of rain. So there were no rain. There was no rain and it was dry. So that this is what it meant. It means by qahtun. Okay, qahtun. So asaba waqa'a, happened. So these things has taken place. Qahtun and also maja'atun and also maja'atan. Maja'a. And what is maja'a? Maja'a bimakna, here it says maja'a bimakna ju', and ju' bimakna hunger. Okay, this is what you read in surah wa amanahum min khawfin wa amanahum min ju' wa amanahum min khawf. Ju'. So ju' is hunger, and shadid is in the extreme condition, very hungry, very in the how do you translate this? Ju' shadid. So it is in the extreme condition. Okay, and maja'ah. So they call it amul maja'ah, the year where people where there were no food, not enough food for people. Now, so it is on the 17th of Hijrah. Qahtun wa maja'ah. So these two has affected the Muslimina in Medina. Now, and then kada ahlul madinati yahlikuna ju'an. So until hatta, so these two has caused this. So the people of Medina, ahlu, the word ahlu huna bimakna the people of al-Madinah. So they were about to kada bimakna they were near to, they were about to yahlikuna ju'an. Yahlik literally it means to be destroyed. But here the word yahlik in the text it means yamutuna. So they were about to die because of hunger. Yamutun. So yahlikun in the text it means yamutuna, die. Now, so they were about to die because of ju'. Ju', just now we have learned the word ju', hunger, because of hunger. Okay, so that is what happened on this year. In this year, sana sabi'a ashara min al-hijrah. Wa fi tilka sanati aidan, and in that year as well, fi tilka sana, in that year as well, aidan, wasalat qafilatun azimatun. So a qafila is a trade caravan. A trade caravan is called a qafila. So this great azim is great, kabir. So great caravan has arrived, wasala. So a great caravan has arrived, and this great caravan mukawwanatun is full of alf jamal, or it consists of alfi jamal, 1,000 of camel, jamal. So consists of 1,000 of jamal. Muhammal, and all of these jamal they carried bada'i, goods. They carried many goods from Asham, from Sham. And Sham, of course, we have you have heard this word Sham. So this is a place nowadays in Syria, when they say Biladu Sham, it is Syria, Jordan, Lebanon, and also Palestine. So that are the state of Sham, the Biladu Sham. But in the past, when they say Sham, normally they will refer to the Dimash. In Malay, we say Damshik. But in Arabic, they don't say Damshik, they say Dimashq or Dimishqa. So in the city of Dimash, so this is actually Sham. Okay, now or Syria, you call it Suria. Now, okay. So at the same time, there were this caravan coming from Sham. Now, فقرة ثانية, وكانت تلك البضائع لعثمان بن عفان رضي الله عنه. And they said, وكانت was تلك البضائع. So these goods or that goods, or those goods were. So كانت, they belong to li for, but here it means they belong to Uthman. So they belong to Uthman ibn Affan radiyallahu anhu. وَفَلَمَّا عَلِمَ التُّجَّارُ بِوُصُولِهَا, and when the merchants, tujjar is the merchants, jama' for the word tajir is the mufrad for the word tujjar. So when those merchants, they knew alima. Okay, so when the merchants knew alima bi wusuliha, about her arrival or about its arrival. Ha here is referring to the qafilah, to the caravan. Wusul, arrival. So when they knew about the arrival of this caravan, tasara'u ila Utsman radhiyallahu anhu. Tasara'u, they rushed to Utsman. So they went to Utsman, they were hurried to Utsman li shira'iha, to buy it, to buy the goods. Shira bermakna to buy. So all of them, they went to Utsman to buy the goods for wayarbahu fiha, and to profit. Yarbah is to profit. Okay, wayarbahu fiha, and because they want to profit from all these goods. Ar-ribha al-wafir. Again, the word ribh, this is taken from the word yarbah, profit, and wafir bima'na kathir, a lot. So they want to earn lots of profits. Okay, they want to exploit the condition of that time. Now, walamma qabalat tujjaru Utsmana qalu lahu, and when those tujjar, when they met, qabala bima'na to meet. So when this tujjar met Utsman, qalu lahu, they said to him. So those tujjar said to Utsman, ya Utsman, uhsub. Utsman, please count. Uhsub bima'na count. Hasiba, yahsabu or yahsibu bima'na count. So please count the price, thaman. Thaman bima'na price. Please count the price of bida'atika, of your goods. Bida'a bima'na, again, bima'na good. This is this is the mufrad, and just now we had the jama' bada'i. This is the jama' bada'i. So bada'i is jama' and mufrad is bida'a. Now, uhsub samana bida'atika. So count the price. So the price of your goods. Wa sanu'tika di'fa thamaniha. And wa sa will nu'ti, we give. Ka, you. So here it means, and we will give you. Sa nu'ti ka. So there are a few words here. Sa nu'ti ka di'fa thamaniha. Di'fa bermakna double. So they want to give Utsman double thamaniha of its price. So they ask Utsman, okay, so now you calculate all these goods, how much are they, and then we will pay you double of the price. Double the price. Faqala Utsman radhiyallahu anhu, Utsman said, laqad dufi'a li aktharu min hadha. Laqad, indeed. Laqad, indeed. So this is actually two words, la and also qad. So qad is indeed, la is another word also to emphasize things. So we just translate indeed, laqad. So laqad dufi'a li. Dufi'a was paid. So it was paid. So for me, li, aktharu min hadha. Akthar, more than this. More than what you offered me. You offered me to pay double the price, but somebody has paid me more. So this is what it meant. Laqad dufi'a li akthar min hadha. Naam. Al-faqratu thalitha. Faqra thalitha. Fama zalat tujjaru yaziduna fi si'ri. Fa, one word, and mazala, two words, but we treat it as one word. So this is actually two words, but the meaning is one word. Mazala, they still. So they continue to. So this means, this is meant by mazala. Okay, mazala. Sometimes you see they say mazala. Sometimes you see they say la yazalu. So these two phrases mean the same thing. They are still, or they were still. So mazala, they were still. Yaziduna fi si'ri. They keep adding the price. Yazid, yazid bimana to add. So they kept adding the price. Fi si'ri. Si'ri is the ma'na, muradif, the synonym for the word thaman just now. We had the word thaman. This word thaman. So you can say thaman, the price. You can also say as-si'r, si'run, price. So they kept adding the price. Hatta wasala ila khamsati ad'afi thaman. Until hatta they reach they reach wasala ila until they arrive at 5 ad'af, 5 times. So ad'af, this is jama' for the word di'af just now. So just now we said di'af bimana double, and ad'af, so of course triple, quadruple, you use the word ad'af. So here 5 times you use the word 5, khamsa. So here they until they said, okay, we are going to pay you 5 times of the price. Ad'afi al-thaman, khamsa ad'afi al-thaman. Wa fi kulli marratin yaqulu lahum Uthmanu radiyallahu anhu. And in every time, fi kulli bimana every, and marra bimana time, each time. Okay, and in every time, yaqulu lahum Uthman. Uthman said to them, so Uthman said to them the same thing. Laqad dufi'a li aktharu. Indeed, it has been paid for me more. Mimma, from what? This is actually a combination of mean and also ma, from what? Okay, so we combine these two words into mimma. Okay, min, ma. So mimma. Mimma, from what? Sa tadfa'un. Sa, bimana will. Tadfa'un, you pay. With this wow, all of you. So it means it has been paid to me more than what you are going to pay. Okay, somebody else has paid me more than that, even 5 times more than that. Fa sa'alahu tujar. Fa, and the tujar sa'ala, asked him. Sa'alahu, sa'ala, asked. Who asked? This guy, these people, a tujar. So the tujar asked him. Sa'alahu tujar. وَمَنْ هَذَا الَّذِي دَفَعَ لَكَ أَكْثَرَ. And who is this guy? Who is this person? So allazi is referring to a person. Okay, so it can refer to a person, it can refer to an object. So who is this person? Man hadha allazi dafa'a, paid for you or paid to you aksara, more than mimma sanadfa'uhu laka, more than what. This is again similar to this word mimma. Who is this guy who is who paid to you more than what we are going to pay you? Nadfa'u. Nadfa'u bimana we pay. The same word as tadfa'u here. Nadfa'u. Who laka, we pay you, we pay it to you. So who will pay more than us? Fama na'lamu fil madinati tujaran ghairana. Ma na'lamu, fa and ma, this is similar to the word la. So ma na'lamu bimana la na'lamu, we do not know. Fama na'lamu. So fala na'lamu, we do not know. Fil madinati, in the city of Medina. Tujaran, other merchants. Ghairana, other than us. Ghaira, other, na, us. So we do not know there are other merchants other than us. Okay, who are these people? So we are the only merchants in the Medina. We are the only tujar in Medina. So Osman said, Qala Osman. Qala Osman, Inna Allah Ta'ala qad a'tanil hasanata bi ashri amsaliha. So Allah, he said, indeed Allah Ta'ala, Allah the Most High, He has given me. A'ta means gave or given. So here, qad a'ta, he has given, and ni is me. So he has given me, Allah Ta'ala has given me al-hasana, one good deed, one good deed, bi ashri amsaliha, by 10 times of it. 10 of it similar. Amsal, literally it means similar to it. So ashri amsal bimana 10 times. So one good deed that I do, Allah is going to pay me 10 times. So what you offer me is only 5 times. So I get more from Allah 10 times. So this is actually has been promised by Allah in the Quran. So there is a verse similar to this in the Quran. Al-hasanatu bi ashri amsaliha. Allah will give us 10 times of any good deed that we do. Wala tansaw. So again, he continued. He said, La tansaw. Do not forget. La tansaw. So the word is tansa, and this one is for jama. So you don't forget anna, that ma indallahi, that whatever indallah, whatever Allah has. So inda here it means has. Whatever that Allah has is khairun, is better. So it is better, wa abqa, and it will last forever. Abqa. This is from the word baqi, baqiya, baqiya, baqi, and in Malay we also say baqi, baqi lah kan, baqi. So whatever Allah has will last forever. Abqa, and it's better than what you are going to pay me. Wa inni, and indeed I, inna and plus I, ana. So indeed I, ushhidullah ta'ala. Ushhidu. Ushhidu, this is different from ashhadu. So in our shahada we say ashhadu, I bear witness. Ashhadu. But here it is a different fi'il. Ushhidu, I make Allah as my witness. So I ask Allah to be my witness. So that is the meaning of ushhidu. Ushhidullah ta'ala. So I make Allah, or I ask Allah to be Allah ta'ala as my witness. Anni, that I ja'altul bada'i'a, I have made, ja'ala, to make, ja'ala, to make. So I have made all these bada'i, all these goods, sadaqatan. So I have made all these goods as sadaqah. So it is, I give them as charity, li fuqara'i al-Madinah, to the poorest of Medina. Fuqara, fuqara, jama' kalimat, faqir. So I'm not going to sell all these things. People need them, so I'm going to give them for free as a sadaqah. Wala abtaghi min ahadin, and I abtaghi, alif here is I, abtaghi, I want, I'm looking for, I'm searching for. La abtaghi, and I do not want, I do not want. Azamana la abtaghi, la uridu, it is similar to la uridu, I do not want. Wala uridu. La uridu min ahadin, I do not want from anyone. Ahad. Ahad here, it means anyone. I do not want from anybody. Dirham. Dirham is the silver coins. Silver coins, in the past, they use silver coin, they call it dirham. Wala dinar, and no dinar. Dinar is the gold coins. So gold coin is called dinar, and silver coins, they are called dirham. So I do not want any dinar or dirham from you, because what I want is, what Allah will give me is better than this dinar and also dirham. So finally, the author said, لَقَدْ بَاعَ عُثْمَانُ بِضَاعَتَهُ لِلَّهِ تَعَالَى. So indeed, Osman has sold, ba'a, so he sold his goods to Allah Ta'ala. Nah. So this is actually Kisah Osman ibn Affan. So of course we know that Osman ibn Affan was very generous. Now, so this is one of the stories of Osman ibn Affan. Tayyib. Hal hunaka soal? Any questions regarding the text? Any words that you missed? Ada apa-apa nak tanya?
No, Ustaz.
Tak ada, no. Baik. Al-an nanzur ila ma'ani al-mufradat. So al-ma'ani al-mufradat, we have covered some of them. Asaba, waqa'a, takes place. Asaba, or affect, it hit. So it has affected somebody, we say asaba. Bada'i, so bada'i is the goods. So this is the goods, and the synonym is agrad. Agrad, the items, the goods. Agrad. Al-wafir, kathir, lots, a lot, kathir. Qahtun, we have covered this, dryness, the non-availability of rain, there were no rain. Yahlikun, yamutun, to die. Yarbahu, to earn, to profit. Literally, it means to profit. Yaksibu, to earn, so to earn, to profit. Nah, yaksibu. And maja'a is ju', shadid, hunger. Nah, so these are the new vocabulary for this text. Okay, now we move on to the tadrib. Nah, at-tadribat, al-fahmu wa al-isti'ab. Al-fahmu wa al-isti'ab. So as usual, da alama sahih wa alama khata wa sahih al-khata. Nah, okay, let us do this together. As-su'alul awal, or al-jumla al-ula. Al-jumlatul ula, the first jumla. Inqata'a al-mataru 'anil madinatil munawwarati ba'da al-hijrati bi sanawatin. Inqata'a. So this is similar to the word inqita'. In the text we had this word inqita' al-matar. So here in the explanation of the vocabulary, it says inqita, means that there was no rain. So here in qata al-matar, it is of the same meaning. So there were no rain. There was no rain in qata al-matar. The rain, there was no rain anil Madinah. So ba'd al-hijrati, after hijrah, bi sanawat. So means several years. Sana, sanawat, this is jama for the word sana. Sana, year. So several years after hijrah, there were no rain. They were not having rain in Medina. Nah, sahih atau khata? After several years. Nah, sahih atau khata?
Khata.
Khata. Khata. Okay. Why khata? Limadha khata?
It should be في 17 من الهجرة.
17 min al-hijrah, that is the specific year. 17 after hijrah. So here the question said after several years after hijrah. So can we consider this?
Sahih.
No. Sorry or not? So, several years, but they did not mention how many.
It can be.
Yes,
Sahih.
yes. I think it can be. We can consider this as correct as well because they said several years after hijrah. Okay. So what is important here is this word. Is this word ba'd al-hijrah, after hijrah. After hijrah bi sanawat. They did not mention 17 years, but they just say several years after hijrah. So yes, that is sahih. Haza sahih. Okay. So this is the new phrase here. Ba'd al-hijrah bi sanawat. Several years after. Sahih. Haza sahih. Nah. There was no rain several years after hijrah. الجملة الثانية كانت القافلة العظيمة مكونة من 100 جمل. The قافلة. So we say that قافلة, they was coming and it consists of jamal. But how many jamal? Here it says 100 jamal. نعم صحيح أو لا? What is 100? How many? 100? Anyone? So it says the trade caravan consists of 100 camel. So what is 100? Anyone? 100?
100.
100. نعم صحيح. 100 بمعنى 100. صحيح. So this is 100 jamal. صحيح أو لا؟
خطأ.
خطأ. It is not 100 jamal. ليس 100 jamal. How many jamal? كم jamal? كم jamal in the text?
ألفي.
ألف jamal. ألف. صحيح. It is not 100 jamal. So it is ألف jamal. Min alfi jamalin. 1000. Okay. So 100 is 100 and alf is 1000. But of course, as I mentioned in previous class, you don't just write alpha in the exam. You have to write the whole sentence. كانت القافلة العظيمة مكونة من ألف جمال. ألف جمال. نعم. الجملة الثالثة. الجملة الثالثة. البضاعة التي وصلت من الشام كانت للتجار. So all these words are in the text. البضاعة التي وصلت من الشام كانت للتجار. نعم. صحيح أو لا؟ البضاعة التي وصلت من الشام للتجار.
خطأ.
خطأ. هذا خطأ. Okay. ما معنى الجملة؟
Osman bin Affan.
Osman bin Affan. Okay, sahih. So but what does it mean here? Al-bid'ah wasalat min asy-Syam kanat litujar. The bid'ah bermakna
Goods.
the goods. Yes, al-bid'ah, the goods that wasala that arrive from Sham, wasala. So whose goods are this? Kanat litujjar. So they said here, they belong to the tujjar, the merchant. But of course, it's not the merchants. It is they belong to Osman. So al-jumla as-sahiha al-bida'a allati wasalat min asy-Syam kanat li Osman. Na'am, sahih, as you said earlier. Li Osman. Kanat li Osman. Li Osman ibn Affan. Kanat li Osman ibn Affan. Na'am. Hazihi hiya al-jumla al-thalitha. Na'am. Li Osman. For Osman or belong to Osman. Okay, the word lam here, it depends. Sometimes you translate as for, sometimes you translate as to, sometimes you translate as belong. So here it is belong. Now, رقم 4 وافق عثمان على بيع البضاعة للتجار. Usman wafaqa. Wafaqa بمعنى agree. Agree, we say wafaqa, yuwafiqu, agree. So Usman agreed على to بيع البضاعة, to sell the بضاعة للتجار. صحيح أو لا؟
خطأ.
خطأ. Usman did not agree. Okay, so how do we say he did not agree? How do you say that? Usman did not agree to sell the goods.
لا
لا
وافق. لا وافق.
لا وافق. Okay, لا وافق. Anyone would like to try another word? So we can use la to say no or to say did not, do not. You can say la. There is another word. There are a few words actually if you want to say no.
Ma wafaqa.
Ma, yes, good. There's another word. Okay, let me write those words. First, it is la. Second, you can use ma. Okay. Third, you can use lam. And fourth, you can say laisa. So these are the words that if you want to say no, do not, did not, okay, you want to deny something, you can use all these words. Okay, let us see how do the Arab use these words normally. Most of the time when you use la, if it is a fi'il, they will use this together with fi'il mudari. So if the word is a fi'il mudari, most of the time you say la. So for example, if you say azhabu or yazhabu, go. You want to say he does not go, so you say la yazhabu. Okay, la yazhabu. Okay, so la is together with fi'il mudari, present tense. Ma, okay, the second word, ma normally it is used with fi'lun madin. It is used with the past tense. So if it is a fi'il madi, most of the time we say ma. So I don't say that if you say la is khata, no, la is also sahih, but most of the time they will use ma. So you say ma. Ma with fi'il madi. Lam did not. Lam did not, but it is used with fi'il, also fi'il mudari. Even though it is in the past, did not, but in the usage, they use it with fi'il mudari. So for example, lam yalid wa lam yulad. So if you look at the word yalid and yulad, these two are fi'il mudari. So this is how we use lam. And finally, the word laisa. Laisa is not used with fi'il. Laisa is used with a noun, with an isim. So if the next word that you want to use with laisa is an isim, yes, you can say laisa. Laisa. So these are the words that you can use to deny and get the details of how you use them. If you look at this word, wafaqa, this is a fi'il, agree. But is this fi'il madi or fi'il mudari? What do you think? Is it fi'il madi or fi'il mudari? Wafaqa. Is it fi'il mudari?
Fi'il madi.
Fi'il madi. Fi'il madi. Sahih. Why don't we say this is fi'il mudari? Normally for fi'il mudari, what letter do you have in front of the fi'il?
يا أو
Ya,
تا.
yes. You will have ya, you will have ta, you will have wa alif, and also nun. So here, you don't see any of these words, ya, ta. So this tells us that this is not fi'il mudari. So this is fi'ilun madi. Okay, fi'l madi. So one way of recognizing fi'l madi is by looking at whether you have this mudari or not. There is another way, which is a better way. We will learn that in our next class, inshallah. Next class or next 2 classes. Yeah. So I will teach you the pattern of the fi'l of the verbs. So when you see this pattern, immediately you know this is a fi'l and this is madi, this is mudari, and so on. Okay, so inshallah in our next class. Wafaqa Usman. Usman agreed. Now you want to say did not agree. So what is the suitable, what is the correct word here? La, ma, lam, or laisa?
Ma.
Ma. Sahih. Because ma, we said earlier, ma is used with fi'l madi, and this is a fi'l madi, therefore we say ma. Okay, so the correct answer is ma. Ma wafaqa. Instead of la wafaqa, we say ma wafaqa. Ma wafaqa Usmanu ala bay'il bida'a. Usman did not agree to sell the bida'a to the tujjar. Nah. Okay, ma wafaqa until the end. Baik. Okay, and in exam, don't put ... Huh? Baik. Just write the full answer. Rakam 5. Rakam 5. Tasaddaqa Usman. Usman tasaddaqa bil bid'ati ala fuqara'i Syam. Naam. Okay. Sahih atau la? Usman tasaddaqa bil bid'ah ala fuqara'i Syam.
Sahih.
Sahih. Okay. Ma makna tasaddaqa?
Charity.
Charity, yes, charity, that is from the fi'l sadaqah. Sadaqah is charity, yes, correct. But this is a fi'l. So this is a verb. So we don't translate as charity. He gave charity. Okay, so the tasaddaqa bermakna to give charity. To give something as charity, we say tasaddaqa, bersedekah. Tasaddaqa. So Osman tasaddaqa bil bid'ah ala fuqara Syam. Sahih ala fuqara Syam. So what's the charity for the poor of Syam? Whom did he give the charity? To whom?
Oh no, is that for Madinah?
Laisa fuqara Syam. Not to the poor of Syam, but to the poor of Madinah. Okay. So tasaddaqa Utsman bil bid'ah ala fuqara'i al-Madinati al-Munawwarah. The goods al-bid'ah min Syam. Naam, sahih. The goods are from Syam, but he gave it as charity to the poor of Madinah. فقراء المدينة. نعم. هذا هو التدريب الأول. نعم، التدريب الأول. والآن ننتقل إلى التدريب الثاني. التدريب الثاني أجيب عن الأسئلة الآتية. نعم. Look at the السؤال الأول. ماذا أصاب المسلمين في السنة السابعة؟ Please correct this again. سنة السابعة عشرة من الهجرة. ماذا أصاب المسلمين في السنة السابعة عشرة من الهجرة? What happened to the Muslimin? Asaba takes place, happen, affected. So these are the meaning of asaba. Asaba, fi'il madi is asaba. Fi'il mudari is yusibu. And from, fi'il mudari is yusibu. And from this word yusibu, we have the word musibah. So what is musibah? What is musibah?
Bad things.
Bad things that happen to us, bad thing that happen to people, we call it musibah. Okay, so this is from this word. Something happened to them, yusibu. Something bad happening to them, so we say yusibuhum musibah. Okay, so this is the word asaba, musibah is from the same word. Now, فَمَاذَا أَصَابَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ? So what is the bad thing that happened to Muslim on this year or in this year? Naam. Ma huwa al-jawab? Give me the answer. First the answer and then we write the sentence.
Qahtun wa maja'ah.
Qahtun wa maja'ah. Yes, sahih. Qahtun wa maja'ah. Okay, dryness and also hunger. Okay, so how do we put this in the sentence? Qahtun wa maja'ah. So first you start with the fi'il asaba. So we say asaba. Anybody would like to try this? Asaba. The answer is qahtun wa majaa. Now put the words in the sentence.
Asaba al-muslimina bil madinati qahtun wa maja'ah.
Asabal muslimina bil madinati qahtun wa majaa.
Qahtun wa maja'ah.
Yes, that is sahih. Or you can say asabal muslimina fi sana, if you want to write the long answer. Asabal muslimina fi sanati sabi'ati ashrata min al-hijrah qahtun wa majaa. Yes, you can put the word in the end. Asaba al-muslimina. So what happened to them? Qahtun wa maja'atun. Na'am, sahih. Na'am. So this is how we put those two words in the sentence. Asaba, what happened to them? In the end, qahtun wa maja'atun. Na'am, sahih. Nantaqilu ila as-su'ali al-thani. So we move to the second su'al. As-su'al al-thani. Na'am. Limadha tasara'at tujaru ila Usman? Or ala Usman, sorry. Limadha tasara'at tujar? Why did the merchant tujar tasara'a? They rushed to Usman. Why did they rush to Usman? Nah, limadha? Of course, the answer is in the text, but you need to change several words. You cannot just take from the text because the meaning will not answer the question. Limadha tasara'at tujar ala Usman? For what reason? Why did they rush to Usman? Unzur ila nas. Okay, where do you find the answer?
لشرائها ويربح فيها ربح وفير.
لشرائها ويربح فيها الربح الوفير. So basically the answer is here. Okay. Next, yes. So they rush to Osman لشرائها ويربح فيها الربح الوفير. But if you take this and you just put this in the answer, so let us try this. لشرائها. So you start from tasara'a. Tasara'a tujar ala Osman shira'iha. Okay, if you write this li shira'iha, what does it mean? They rush to Osman to buy it. To buy what? What is this it? So in here we do not understand. To buy what?
To good.
The goods, yes. So you replace this word how with the goods. So what is the word good? Bada'i. So what do we do here? You don't write the ha. You don't write the ha. You just say li shira'i al-bada'i. Naam. Li shira'i al-bada'i. Okay, that is number one. So you replace the word ha with bada'i. Li shira'i al-bada'i wa and also to wayarbahu fiha ar-ribh al-wafir. Okay. Wayarbahu fiha So what do you think about ha here, about the damir? Do we need to replace with bada'i or we just keep the word ha?
Keep the word.
Yes, yeah, you keep the word. You don't have to replace. Because why? When we say ha, we understood, oh, this is actually again referring to the word bada'i. Right? So when you have a damir in the sentence, when you copy from the text, make sure is the damir, can you understand the damir or not? If you cannot understand the damir, the pronoun, you have to replace it with the word. So lishira'iha, replace it with lishira'il bada'i wa yarbahu fiha ar-ribha al-wafir. Okay, they want to profit from it. Naam. Fahaza huwa as-su'al al-thani. Naam. Lishira'il bada'i. طيب. والآن ننتقل إلى السؤال الثالث. السؤال الثالث بكم أراد التجار أن يشتروا البضاعة. Okay, what does it mean by become? Anyone? Become. This is two words, ba and kam.
How?
How is kam? Yes, correct. But that is only part of the meaning. Kam, sorry, kam is not how. How is kaifa? Okay,
How
yes.
much?
How much? Yes, correct.
With what? Oh, was
These two words, it means how much. To break it, this is actually combination of the word be and the word come. If you just say come without the word be, come, you just ask the number, come, how many? How many come? So the answer is 1, 2, 3, 4, that is come. But here when people ask you become, they are asking you about the price. Okay, even though they don't mention the price, the word saman or the word se'run, but when they say become together with the letter B, together with this word be and come, so it means how much. Okay, they are asking you how much is the price. Become, how much? Arada tujaru, the tujar wanted. Arada yuridu. How much did the tujar want to buy the goods? How much did they offer to Osman? Kam di'af, how many times of the price?
Di'fu.
Di'fu.
Di'fa.
Di'fuha. Di'fu. Okay, what is di'fu?
Double.
Double. Okay, di'fu is double. But if you read the text again, they offer more than double. They offer Osman how many times?
Homsati.
Hamsati, Hamsa, 5. Yes. Hamsa, but 5 what?
Ad'afi saman.
Hamsa ad'afi saman. Yes, sahih. Hamsa ad'afi as-saman. Naam, sahih. So the answer is arada at-tujar an yashtaru al-bida'ah. Okay, you want to say how much? You want to say B. So you have to use B. This word again, B. Okay, so if you want to say, oh, I bought this for so and so ringgit, then you have to say B. B khamsa ringgit, B how many? How much? Okay, B, and then you add the word khamsa, bi khamsati ad'afi as-saman. So this is from the text. So they want to pay, they offered him 5 times of the price. Bi khamsati ad'afi as-saman. Okay, all right. So here we learn this phrase, become. And if you want to ask how much, become, and the answer normally they will have B. If you say, for example, become is the qalam, how much is the pen? B khamsa ringgit. So you say B khamsa ringgit. So that indicates the price B. Now, as-su'alu rabi' lima tasaddaqa Uthmanu radhiyallahu anhu bil bida'ati 'ala al-fuqara. Lima. This is again a combination of two words. Okay, can you identify what are the words? Or what does it mean by lima here? Anyone? Lima?
Li for.
Li is for, yes, correct. And ma?
What?
Ma is what? Yes, sorry. For, so lima means for what? This is actually combination of li and maza. Or normally we just say limaza. Why? For what? For what? For what reason? Why? Okay, why? So lima is why. Or for what purpose? Lima tasaddaqa Uthman. Limaza, why did Uthman give the good as charity? Tasaddaqa, sadaqah. Why did Uthman give the bida'ah as charity to the fuqara? Naam. So ma huwa al-jawab? So we can take some word from the text to answer, or you can think of the answer on your own. Why did Uthman give the poor, give the goods to the poor? Okay, try to find the answer. Why is that? He did not accept the offer of the merchant. Instead, he gave it as sadaqah. You can find the answer in the text. الفقرة الأخيرة, the last paragraph.
The one that Uthman said, Inna Allah Ta'ala qad a'tani al-hasana.
Inna Allah Ta'ala qad a'tani al-hasana bi'ashri amsalihah. Alright, we can take that, but again we have to replace the dhamir. We have to replace the pronouns. Yes, so we take that. Inna Allah Ta'ala qad a'tani al-hasana bi'ashri amsalihah. Okay, we take this word. That can be the answer. Inna Allah Ta'ala limaza. Before that, the answer will start from tasaddaqa Osman bil bida'ah. Okay, normally how do you answer the question lima or limaza? You need one word before you put your answer. You want to say because. What is the word? Yes.
Li'annaha.
Li'anna. Again, Fatin. Li'annaha.
Li'annaha.
Okay, li'annaha. Okay, don't put the ha, because we do not know. If you put the ha, because it, you are saying because it. What is this it? What is this ha referring to? Is it referring to bida'ah? We do not know yet. So we just say li'anna, because. Li'anna, because of what? Bida'ah ala al-fuqara li'anna. So we look at the text again. So here we want to take this, because Allah Ta'ala has given me one good deed, he will give me 10 times of it. Okay. So Inna Allah Ta'ala. So here we say li'anna Allah. We don't say li'annaha. Li'anna, and we put the word Allah. Li'anna Allah, because Allah. Okay. Because Allah, and then we continue, we say li'anna Allah qad a'tani. So this is from the text. Qad a'tani. But a'tani means he has given me. But here it is not me. We don't say given me. We need to say has given him, has promised him, Osman. So what do we need to change here? Anna Allah qad a'tani. There is something that you need to change. You want to say because Allah has given him. So what do you do? Has given him. So here replace the word ni. You replace the word ni with. So what is a'ta? Who? Yes, sahih. Naam, sahih farah. Qad a'tahu. Okay, so who here means he has given him. Inni is given me. Li'anna Allah qad a'tahu. Allah has given him. Okay, what else? Al-hasanah. Al-hasanah bi'ashri amsalihah. Al-hasanah bi'ashri amsalihah. Li'anna Allah qad a'tahu al-hasanah bi'ashri amsalihah. Okay, 10 times of it. Okay, what do you think this dhamir? Do you need to change this? So this ha is referring to which word? Do you have the word here? If you have the word here, then you don't have to remove. If you don't have the word here, you have to replace it with that word. Allah has given him one good deed. He has promised to give him 10 of its time. So here it is it. So this is referring to the word hasana. 10 times of hasana. So the word is here, therefore there is no need to change the word ha. Just keep it. Alright? So this is the answer, possible answer. لأن الله قد أعطاه الحسنة بعشر أمثالها. Now, so that is why he decided to give them as charity. نعم. طيب. السؤال الأخير 5. نعم. السؤال الأخير safe بمعنى describe. So safe, describe, safe. This is from the word sifa, okay, description, or yes. So describe the sifat of Osman. So describe the attribute of Osman. Okay, what are the attributes of Osman ibn Affan? So how is this Osman ibn Affan? Min khilali, throughout. Throughout, you say min khilal, two words. Min khilal, throughout this qissa, this story. So what are the sifat of Osman that we can understand from this qissa? Naam. What do you think? The sifat of Osman. So here the word is sifat jamak. So at least you need to give 2 or 3 sifat, not just one sifat. Anyone would like to try? Just give me the sifat. Yes, anyone?
إخلاص.
Ikhlas, ikhlas, okay. We write the word. Ikhlas, one is ikhlas. Okay, what else? Ikhlas, yes, it's true. He has this sifat ikhlas. Okay, what else other than ikhlas?
Karim,
Karim. Okay, apa makna karim?
pemurah.
Pemurah. Okay, generous. Naam, karim bermakna generous. Sahih. Okay, another one. Ikhlas, karim. Yes, he is generous. Another one, maybe we can say merciful. Okay, what is the word merciful? This is, you can take this from the name of Allah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So, what is the word that you can use here?
Rahim,
Rahim, yes, Rahim. You have 2 words, Rahman and Rahim. Rahman is only for Allah. We don't use the word Rahman for human. But for the word Rahim, yes, you can use it for Allah and you can use it for human as well. So here we take the word Rahim. So now you have these 3 words. First, Ikhlas, Karim, and Rahim. So if you look at the word Ikhlas, sincere, Ikhlas is sincerity. Ikhlas is actually sincerity. If you want to say he is sincere, we don't say ikhlas, we say mukhlis. Again, ikhlas, sincerity. Mukhlis is sincere. So this is the word that you want to use, mukhlis. Okay, mukhlis. Karim, generous. Okay, this can be used to refer to a person. We say Karim, and Rahim, this also can be used to refer to a person. Yes, so you can say Osman, you don't have to write the word sifat. You can just say Osman ibn Affan. He is a generous man. You just need to add a word man. So what is the word to say to mean man? Osman, what is man? Anyone? Start with the word ra.
Rajul,
Rajul. Naam, sahih, rajul. So Osman, rajulun. You just put all these 3 sifat. Osman, rajulun, karimun, rahimun, mukhlisun. You just combine these 3 sifat. Osman, rajulun, karimun, rahimun, mukhlisun. Or you can add wow if you want. Osman, rajulun, karimun, wa rahimun, wa mukhlisun. Okay, so this could be a possible answer. Karim, rahim, wa mukhlis. Naam. Baik. Hadza huwa at-tadrib ats-tsani. Any questions with regard to the tadrib ats-tsani?
Ustaz, I have question.
Naam, tafadhali.
If we want, doesn't the Arabic have comma?
Okay, good question. Okay, the punctuation marks. Okay, good question. Very good question. In the past, they don't have any comma. So if you look at old books, you don't see any comma, any dot, any period, any question mark. No. So how do you know where does a sentence start, where does it end? That is why you learn all this in grammar. You learn where is the mubtada, where is the khabar. So once you know the mubtada, this part of the sentence, this is the mubtada, this is the khabar, then you know, oh, the sentence ends here. Okay, and then the next word, so what is that? Oh, that is a fi'al, that is fa'al, that is maf'ul. So you know, oh, that is another sentence. This is how they understood it in the past. So by knowing the grammar, by understanding the the sentence. So they don't need any of this punctuation mark, nokta, comma, and so on. But of course, nowadays they have they use all this comma. If you want to put comma, you can put it here, of course, rajulun karim. But still, you still need to use wa. Okay, so this is the difference. You say rajulun karimun, comma. Don't just say rahimun, another comma. Mukhlisun, no. Even though you have put this, we call it fasila. We say fasila, comma is fasila. Even though you have this fasila, you still need to have wow. Otherwise, the sentence is not a proper sentence. You get me? Okay. So, and in Arabic, wow, you can have as many wow as you want. So wow is not only for the last word. It is not like in English or in other language. We say karimun, what else? Rahimun, mukhlisun. So, and in the end, only you put wow. No. In Arabic, every time you have this, you need to add wow. Karimun, wa rahimun, wa mukhlisun, wa until the end. Okay. So this is how we use. If you want to use comma, yes, you use comma, but you still need to have wow. Okay, that is one thing about comma. So comma, the first usage is just like our usage of comma in other language. There's another usage of comma in Arabic. This is a bit different from other language. Is that you use a comma in the end of a sentence. In the end of a sentence. Let us see whether you have this in the text or not. Now, if you look at here, Qala Usman, Inna Allah Ta'ala qad a'tani al-hasana bi ashri amsaliha. So here actually the sentence has ended. Of course, in if you use in other language, you have to put a dot, a period. Okay, but in Arabic, even though the sentence here has ended and this is a new sentence, but the meaning is still there, it's still going on. Okay, so it is still continuous. Then you have to put a comma. Okay, to differentiate between sentences, comma, and in the end only you put the nukta. Okay, so that is another way how they use comma in a sentence. Yeah, is it okay? So you can use comma, but don't forget to use wow. Nah. Okay, any other question? هل هناك سؤال آخر؟ طيب. نعم. الآن ننتقل إلى المفردات. Okay, now this is about the mufradat, the vocabulary. As usual, first is the ma'na, so the meaning of the words, synonym or meaning of the words. So first, the word here is ribhun, and ribhun, this word is in the text, is from the text. Anybody still remember the word ribhun? Ribhu. So in the text, the merchants tasara'u ila Osman. They rushed to Osman to buy the goods and to ribh, liyarbahu, to profit. So ribhun is profit. So the synonym of the word ribhun, you can say this, kasbun. Kasbun. So something that you earn, earning. So we say kasbun. Kasbun. Okay, ribhun or kasbun. That is number one. Kalimah thaniya, saman. Saman. So I have given you the meaning in the text, saman, and I have also given you a synonym of the word saman. Okay, do you still remember this? What is saman?
Price.
Price, yes. What is the synonym of saman?
Se'run.
Se'run, good. Okay, so this is the synonym of saman. So you can say, kam se'ru, how much is the price? Kam samanu, how much is the price? Same meaning. Saman or se'ru, na'am. The third kalimah thalitha, kalimah yahliku. So in the text, it is yahliku. Yahliku, halak, destruction, destroy, yahliku. But from the text, we understand that the word yahliku means, what does it mean in the text? The people of Madinah, they were about to yahlikuna because of hunger. They were about to die because of hunger. So where is the word die here?
يموت.
Yamutu, na'am, sahih. Yamut, yamut bermakna die. So yahliku in the text it means to die. Na'am, yamutu. Kalimah salisa, kalimah wafir. Wafir, wafir bermakna, anybody still remember? Ribhun wafir, ribh al-wafir.
A lot.
A lot, yes. Wafir bermakna a lot. So which one is a lot?
كثير.
Kathir, na'am. So we say wafir, abundant. Wafir, a lot. Kathir, wafir, na'am. Kada was about. They were about to die. You say kada. Akadu, yakadu. So this is qaruba. Qaruba is near to. Qaruba from the word qarib, near. So sometimes they use this word qaruba. It is about to, then they say qaruba. But most of the time they will say kada, yakadu. Or sometimes it also mean for on purpose, secara sengaja kan. So that is another meaning of kada. Okay, kada. Now, so the last word is a'ta. You still remember what is a'ta? Inna Allah a'tani al-hasana bi'ashri amsaliha. Allah has
Give.
yes, to give. A'ta is to give. Gave. This is past tense, fi'l madi, a'ta. This is the same word. Of course, this is the meaning of a'ta here is manaha. Manaha is also means to give. Manaha. And this word a'ta is the word that we read in inna a'tainaka al-kawthar. Inna a'ta, the same word. But here, it is attached to a domir, na, we. So we have given. A'tana, indeed we have given you, O Muhammad, Kawthar, a well in the Jannah called the well of Kawthar. Okay, so that is the word a'ta manaha. Naam. Tadribul awal, ma'na al-kalimat. Okay, ma'na. So here they say ma'na. Ma'na is a bit different from muradif. Normally in the exam they don't ask ma'na, but they ask you muradif. Muradif is synonym. But makna is just the meaning in the text. What does it mean in the text? It does not necessarily the muradif of the words. Okay, it can be the muradif, but not necessarily. Nah. So that is the difference for the word makna and the word muradif. Muradif. Nah. Tadrib alif. Tadribu thani. Now, al-an aks kalimat. Aks the antonym of the words, the opposite of the word. Hati aksi kalimat. So these are the kalimat from the text. So we have to find the antonym of it. First, kalimat ula ba'a. Ma makna ba'a? Ba'a tajirul fawakiha. Ma makna
Bye.
Bye. So the meaning of the whole sentence, the tajir.
The merchant buy fawaki fruits.
Fruit, yes. The merchant, he, fi'l madi, he bought the fruits. Naam. Ba'a at-tajirul fawaki. So the merchant bought the fruits, fawaki. So we want to say sell. Anybody remember what is the word to sell? Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry. Ba'a is not. What did I say just now? Buy or sell? Ba'a?
buy.
Yes, buy.
No. Ba'a, sorry. Ba'a is not to buy. Ba'a is to sell. Ba'a is to sell. So tajir sold the fawaki. Now, so what is the word to buy?
Tasha.
Okay.
Tashri.
What is the word, Aisha?
Sharo.
Shara. Okay. From the text, the text in the text, they give you this word shira. Li shira. Okay. So in the text it means to buy, to buy, but this is sorry. Yes, to buy, but this is not the verb. This is not the verb. This is the verbal noun. We will learn this in one topic. We call it verbal noun. So what is the verb? The verb is ishtara. Ishtara. Okay, so this is the word to say to buy. Ishtara. Ishtara al-bada'i. Okay, he bought the goods. Ba'a, sold the goods. Naam. Okay, so this is ba'a wa ishtara. Naam. Kalimah thaniyah. Kalimah thaniyah, jumlah thaniyah, i'mal. So the lam here ends with a sukun. This is fi'il amr, imperative verb. I'mal khairan. So i'mal bermakna do. Do khairan. What is khairan huna? So here they ask you to do. What is khair? Khair.
Goodness.
Good.
Goodness.
Good news.
Good. Goodness. Good thing.
Goodness. Good deed. Good things. Yes. So khair huna bermakna do good things. Do good deed. Do anything good. I'mal khairan. Khairan. I'mal something good. Taksib, you will earn. Taksib, you will earn. This is from the word kasbun. Just now we learned the word kasbun, ribuhun, earning or profit. So you will earn hasana. You will earn a reward. You will earn one good thing. So the word hasana here, literally it means something good. But normally in the text, the word hasana means reward. Or something good or reward. Rabbana, we say in our dua, Rabbana atina fid dunya hasana. So Allah give us good things, give us reward in the dunya and give us good things or reward in the akhirah. Naam. So that is the word hasana. So what is the opposite of the word hasana?
Azab.
Azab is more to punishment. Azab is punishment, not antonym for hasana. Azab, you can say azab ni'mah. Ni'mah, azab, yes. Azab, ni'mah. But hasanah here, can say this, sayyi'ah. Sayyi'ah. Okay, sayyi'ah. So hasanah is good thing, sayyi'ah is bad thing. And other meanings, hasanah is reward, sayyi'ah is the, like the dosa lah, punishment. Okay, so from Allah we say sayyi'ah. Hasanah and sayyi'ah. Nah. Rakam salasa, this is easy. Azhabu ila Madinah Kuala Lumpur. Aks Madinah. Nah,
City.
nah.
Madinah means city.
Madinah is city, yes, correct. So, Mumma Aks Madinah. So what is the opposite? The village. How do you say village?
Korea.
Qarya. So yes, that is one word. Qarya. There is another word that you can use. Reef. Reef. Reef is also to say village. We say reef. Azhabu ila rifi. Arji'un ila rifi. Instead of qarya, we say reef. That is also correct. Qarya or reef. Naam, reef. Reefun. Rakam arba'a a'ta. A'ta just now, a'ta gave. To give, a'ta. Khalid a'ta al-kitaba li sadiqihi. Khalid gave the kitab to his sadiq, to his friend. So to give, the opposite is what? To take. Anybody knows how to say to take? In lesson number 1, in the lesson of Sumayyah, we have learned the word take. When the mother said to the father and to Ammar, take me to Rasulullah. The Quraysh, they took Ammar and Khuzu, yes, that is the word. But Khuzu is fi'il amar. In the text, they use the word Khuzu, khuz. That is fi'il amar. We want to use, this is fi'il madi. This is past fi'il madi, past tense. So we change this to past tense.
Akhaza.
Na'am, sahih, good. The fi'il is akhaza. Okay, yes, so that is the verb. Akhaza. Akhaza. So akhaza is to take, a'ta is to give. Akhaza. Nah. Rakam khamsa. Sa'ada Ahmadu fuqara'a qaryatihi. This is correct. This. Sa'ada Ahmad fuqara'a qaryatihi. Not qaryatahu. Qaryatihi. Ahmad, the poor of his village. What is sa'ada? Anybody knows what is sa'ada yusa'idu? Sa'ada yusa'idu. I believe you have learned this word.
I want.
Naam.
One. I want.
I want is uridu.
Oh.
I want is ana uridu. Is
Help.
yes?
Help.
Help. Yes, sahih. Sahih Alia. Help. Yes. So we say sa'ada yusa'idu. Good. So this is help. So Ahmad helped the poor of his village. Now, what is the opposite of poor? How do you say rich? The rich people. Fuqara.
Ghaniyun.
Ghaniyun. Okay. Ghaniyun, yes, correct. But ghaniyun is mufrad. This is singular. We say ghani. Naam. Ghani. But the word here is poor. Fuqara, sorry. Fuqara is jama. So change this word to jama. Anybody? You add this alif in the beginning. We say aghniya.
Aghniya.
Yes, sahih. Aghniya. This is the jama. Jama for the word ghani. So we say aghniya qaryatihi. Ghani mufrad, aghniya jama. Faqir mufrad, and fuqara is jama. Okay. So to say poor, we use the word faqir. There is another word. We use the word miskin as well. So sometimes we say faqir and also miskin. Faqir wa miskin. So anybody knows the difference between these two, faqir and miskin? In Malay we say faqir, miskin. But what is the difference? Okay. In fact, if you study fiqh in bab of what? Zakat, so they will differentiate who is the faqir and what are the characteristics of faqir and when can we call them as miskin. But literally the word faqir is poor. So if you want to say poor, he is poor, then we just use the word faqir. Do not use the word miskin. Because miskin can mean something else. Miskin, poor in the sense of you pity him. Poor this guy. You say miskin, azar rajul. Not necessarily mean he is faqir, he is poor in terms of his monetary, no, but he has problem. For example, you say miskin. Okay, so that is the difference. So if it is poor, if they don't have money, you just use the word faqir instead of the word miskin. Okay, so this is the word fuqara. Naam. Wa akhiran sa'ala al-ustaz tullabahu 'anid dars. The ustaz asked his student about the dars, about the lesson. Ask. What is answer? How do you say answer? To answer. Anyone? Answer. We have a lot of this. Answer the following question. Now, what is that word? In our exercises. Answer the following question. What is the word? You can refer to the here you see the word. What is the word?
Ajib.
Ajib. Ajib is answer. Yes, so this is the word ajib. But ajib is in fi'il amar. So this is imperative. Fi'il amar. We want to change this to fi'il madhi. So the fi'il madhi for ajib is ajaba. Ajaba, answer. So ajaba, fi'il madhi. Fi'il mudhari is yujibu, answer. And the amar is ajib. So we say ajib, ajib anis soal. So answer the question. But here we take the word ajaba because here it is in fi'il madhi. Fi'il madhi. Right? So sa'ala ajaba. Sometimes they use the word jawaba as well. In Malay we say jawab. Jawab. Yeah. So it is actually from Arabic word jawaba. Jawaba, yujawibu, jawib, jawaba, or ajaba. Nah. So any of these two. Right. Next is Jim. Hati jam al kalimat. So we want the jama, the plural of these words. Kalimat al-ula kalimat saman. In the text, in the sentence is istalamal ba'i'u samana bida'ati. Istalama bermakna receive. Receive is istalam. We say istalama. Oh, istalamtu, I have received. Alhamdulillah. Istalamtu. Istalamtu. Al-ba'i, istalama. Al-ba'i is the, who is this ba'i? This is from the word bai' just now. We say ba'a. Earlier we had the word ba'a. What is this word ba'a? What does it mean, ba'a? This is from the same word.
Sell.
Sell. Yes. Ba'a is to sell and ba'i is the person, the seller. The seller. So we say ba'i. So the seller has received the thaman of its good, the price of its goods. So he has received the price. What is jama'? Ma jama' kalimat thaman? Jama' kalimat as-thaman is asman. Asman. Okay? Hadza jama' kalimat thaman. Thamanun mufrad, asman is jama'. Kalimat thaniyah. Ribh, profit. Nah. Kasabat Fatimatu ribhan. Fatimah, she has earned profit, she has profited. Ribhan kathiran, lots of profit. Ribhan kathiran fi tijaratiha, in her tijara. Anybody ma makna tijara? She has profited in her. What is tijara? Anyone? Tijara bermakna his business. Tijara. In his business. So she earned a lot of profits in her business. Nah. So ma jama' ribh. The pattern is similar to asman. Ribhun, just now we say saman, asman. We add this alif. Can you try to change this to a similar pattern, similar to asman?
Arba.
Riba.
Riba. Riba. Riba is no, we need alif before it. How do you read that? Similar to asman.
Arbaha.
Bahun, na'am, sahih.
Arbah.
Arbah. So arbah is the jama' for the word ribh. So for mufrad and jama', you can benefit from the al-ma'ani. Yesterday I did mention about al-ma'ani. Okay, you can benefit from it. They will give you mufrad and jama'. You can download both Arabic English and also Arabic version of al-ma'ani. Okay, so you can find the jama'. Nam arbah. Salasa, ishtaraitu bida'a minasin. I ishtara bermakna, just now we learned the word ishtara. Is this buy or sell?
Buy.
Buy. Alrightu, so I bought bida'a, goods from Sin, fi Shopee, fi Lazada. So all are from Sin. Sin is, where is this Sin?
China.
China. Nah, Sin is China. So I bought the bida'a, the item or the good from China. Nah. Bida'a, okay, so we knew this jama'. What is the jama' from the text? Bada.
Bada'i.
Bada'i'u. So this is from the text. Nah. Rakam 5, rakam 4, sorry. Safartu ila madinati Istanbul. Safar, I travel. Safartu, I travel to the city of Istanbul. So we want jama' for Madinah. Jama' for Madinah. Jama' for, anybody knows what is jama' for Madinah? Madinatun mudun. Mudun. Mudun is jama' for Madinah. Istanbul, of course, we know Istanbul. Now, Istanbul, in Arabic, they say Istanbul, Istanbul. And Piramdi said Iskandar. Rakam 5. A'taitul faqira sadaqah. I gave the poor a charity. A'taitul faqir, I give charity to the poor. Naam. Sadaqah, that is mufrad. What is jama'? So here you just change to jama' mu'annas salim. Jama' mu'annas salim that ends with alif and ta. What is the word? What is the jama'?
Sadaqat.
Sadaqat. Naam, sorry. So change it to alif and ta. Sadaqat. Sadaqah. Naam. Sadaqah is jama' for sadaqah. And finally, the word sana. Zurtu Singapura. I zurtu. What is zurtu? Anybody knows? Zurtu. Zurtu. What is this? Zur. Zara. It is from the fi'il Zara yazuru. Anyone remembers this word? Zara yazuru. Ziara, visit. Zara yazuru bimana visit. So I visited Singapore. So they call it Singapore. I visited Singapore fi sanatil madiyah, in the past year, last year. So we say sana madiyah, last year. Sana madiyah. What is jama' for sana? We had this in the first exercise. Please find the word sana, jama' for the word sana in the first exercise. Many years. In the first exercise, if not mistaken, in the first question.
Sanawat.
Sanawat, na'am sahih. So sana jama' is sanawat. Sanawat, na'am sahih. Okay, so that is the jama' for sana. Sana, sanawat, not sanat, no, sanawat. You have this additional wow, na'am, sanawat. Baik. Hadza huwa at-tadrib li الثاني. نعم. وأخيرا التعبير. نعم. التعبير we do alif only. استخدم التراكيب الآتية. استخدم بمعنى use the following phrases تراكيب في جمل مفيدة, in sentences from of your own, min indika, your own sentence. You can try not to use the words from the text. Now, first we have this word yatasabaku. Yatasabaku, this is similar to the word tasara'a. In the text, they use the word tasara'a, to rush. Tasabaqa, so they rush or they compete each other. So you can translate this, they rush to a place, or they compete each other. Bada'i, we have learned the word. Sadaqa, we have learned the word. Dafa'a, also we have learned the word in the text. Yadfa'u, tadfa'u, dufi'a, pay. So dafa'a, to pay. And 5, tasara'a ila, we have learned this word as well, rush. Now, let us try this number 1. Yatasabaku. They were competing each others, or they were rushing to. They want to arrive first. So we say yatasabaku. So first, we put the fa'il. Who are these people who are competing with each others? We need more than one person. So you can use 2 people, or you can use jama' word, because it means they compete, okay, between each others. They were rushing. So just put one word, jama' word. Who are these people? Any jama' word.
At-talibatu.
At-talibatu, one talibah. We need another person. Or change it to jama'. Better. Use jama'. At-talibat, okay. So we have the fa'il. But if you look at the fi'il, this is ya. Ya is for muzakkar. Ya is used with a muzakkar fa'il, muzakkar word. And since this is mu'annas, what do you need to do to the ya?
Change to ta.
Change to ta. Yes, it's okay. You can change this from ya to ta. It's up to you. It depends on the word that you are using. So since this is mu'annas, then we don't say yatasabaku. We change to tatasabaku. If you want to keep the word yatasabaku, then you have to use muzakkar word. Okay, so that is not a problem. So we say tatasabaku. Tatasabaku talibatu. Tatasabaku talibatu fi. So they compete each other. They in doing what? In doing, for example, we can say in doing good things, in doing good deeds. Yatasabaku. So one will do 5 good deeds, another one will try to do more. Will try to do 6 good deeds. So what is the word good deeds? The word is the word is khair. Fil khair. You can use the word khair. Tatasabaqu talibatu fil khair. So they were competing each others in doing good deeds. Okay, so that is how do you use the word tatasabaku or yatasabaku? Okay, they compete each others. Naam. So you use it with a jamak word. Right. Rakam isnan, bada'i. Okay, we have a lot of sentences used with the word bada'i. Just now I bought the item, I sell the item. Okay, maybe we can say this. We can say the price of the item is 100 ringgit. So how do you see that? The price of the goods is 100 ringgit. We have learned all these words. The price of the goods. So what is the word? Price.
Saman.
Saman. Okay. The next word.
Al-Bata'i.
Samanul bada'i. Muhammad. 100.
Mi'a.
Ringgit. Or mi'a dolar or mi'a riyal. Mi'atu ringgit. Ringgit. Nah. Ringgit. Mi'atu ringgit. Nah. Sahih. Samanul bada'i mi'a ringgit. Okay. So or you can use other words like ishtara itu I bought. Ishtara I sell. Ba'a al bada'i bi mi'a ringgit. Nah. Okay. Sahih. Haziha kalimah bada'i. So you can add alif lam. You can add dhamir. You can remove alif lam. Not a problem. Okay. We just want to see how do you use the word bada'i. Rakam salasa sadaqah. Sadaqah. This is not a fi'il, this is not a verb, this is a noun. Sadaqah, charity. Sadaqah. Sadaqah. Anybody would like to write a sentence, sadaqah? Okay. We have this, I don't know whether you have seen this word or not. You have heard this word or not. Sadaqatul fitri. Have you heard this phrase? Sadaqatul fitri. Normally we
No.
know, right? Normally we hear zakatul fitri. Zakatul fitri. Yes, zakatul fitri, we know this word. Zakatul fitri. Zakat fitrah. Zakatul fitri. But they also use the word sadaqah instead of the word zakah. Sometimes you see they use the word sadaqah instead. So if it is, of course, we know that sadaqah is different from zakah. Zakah is wajib, sadaqah is sunnah. But when they combine the word sadaqah together with fitri, it becomes, the meaning is zakat. The word sadaqah here can mean the meaning, they can mean zakat. So it depends on the context of the usage. Sadaqatul fitri here means zakat. So sadaqatul fitri, when I say sadaqatul fitri, it means zakatul fitri. What is the hukum? What is the hukum of
Wajib.
sadaqah? How do you see that? Wajib or wajib?
Wajib.
We don't say wajib. Wajib is the Malay version of the word. We say wajib. Wajib. So when you say wajib, then you will write this, which is khata. So we have to read it correctly. Not wajib, but it is wajib. Wajib. So you look at the long vowel. Where is the long vowel? The mad in Quran, in tajwid kita panggil, we call it mad, right? Mad. But in apa ni, we call it the long vowel. So the long vowel is not with the jim, no, but it is with the letter wajib. Okay, that is number one. Number two, when we say wajib, what is wajib here? Wajib here is referring to which word?
Sodaqah.
Sadaqah. It is not referring to the word fitri. So the one is wajib here is sadaqah. Muzakkar or muannas?
Mu'annas.
Muannas. So what do you need to do to the word wajib?
Ta.
Ta. Yes.
Alif. Ta.
Alif ta or just ta?
Ta.
Just ta. No need alif ta. Because alif ta is for jamak. Sadaqah wajibat, then you use it alif ta. But here this is just one wajib. So you just add the ta, wajibah. So instead of wajib, we say wajibatun. Now, sadaqatul fitri wajibatun ala, you can add additional information, ala kulli muslim, to all Muslim. Now, sadaqatun. Okay, again, sadaqatul fitri is similar to zakatu al-fitri. And rakam arba'a dafa'a, pay. Pay. Dafa'a. So here you have a fi'il, so you need a fa'il, you need a person, a doer, and you need the object, maf'ul bih. Dafa'a. Okay, let us write the doer. Who paid? Let's say we say this guy, he paid the price of that good. Dafa'a. Give me a fa'il, a person. Anybody? Anyone?
Rajulun.
Arajulu. Arajulu. So the man paid. What did he pay? He paid the price of the item, the price of the good. Again, we repeat the words price so that we remember. Another word for the word saman. Just now we learned the another word for the word saman. Si'ru. Na'am, sahih. Dafa'a ar-rajulu si'ra. The price of what? Maybe you can change to the price of the food. Si'ra. What is food? Anyone remembers food? At-ta'am. Ta'am. Okay, ta'am is food. Okay, so si'ra at-ta'am. Or you can change this. Si'ra al-fawakih, si'ra al-bada'i, and so on. And finally, Rakam Khamsa, tasara'a ila rush. They were rushing. They are, yes, they were rushing. Oh, he, this is tasara'a mean, and here you have to use with a jamak word as well. So tasara'a, these people, they were rushing to where? Ila aina. Tasara'a, so you need a jamak word, or you need more than one person. So give me the people. Tasara'a. You can use one word, but jamak, or you can use 2 or 3 singular words. Tasara'a al-muslimun, for example. So where are they rushing to? Ila
Masjid.
al-masjid, because they want to pray for Jum'ah prayer. Otherwise, they won't be able to pray because of COVID-19. Tasara'a al-muslimuna ila al-masjidi. For what? Why did they rush to the masjid? For
Solati.
Salati
Jum'ah.
Salatil Jum'ah. You can read Jum'ah or you can read Jum'ah. So both are correct. Jumu'ah with mu or Jum'ah. Nah. Okay, so these are the sentences. Okay, right. So hadza huwa darsuna al-yawm, about the lesson or lesson number 2. So the next lesson, the text, we will start with the presentation. So I think next week we will start with group 1. Okay, so you can check with your group. I will give you the time, the dates again. So I will check with my schedule, and I will give you the dates when you should present. And of course, you can, if you have you are not able to present on that date, you can ask me to change to another date. Not a problem, because now it is only me who is teaching this course now. Okay, any question? Hal hunaka soal?
No, Ustaz.
No, Aisyah. Baik. فإذا ليس هناك سؤال, if there is no soal, هذا هو درسنا اليوم. Let me take the attendance. Okay.
Ustaz Tuan dah tak mengajar.
Tak ada dah, tukar dah. Ustaz Tuan dia dah ajar subjek lain. Dia dah tukar. So because for this course yang 2426 ni pun kita tak sangka ramai yang register kan. Jadi terpaksa buka satu session lagi, and so I will mengajar penuh lah for this session. Baik. Okay, so hadza huwa darsuna, nahtatim bi tasbih kafara wa surah al-asri. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal 'asri innal insana lafi khusr illa alladziina amanu wa 'amilus shalihat wa tawassaw bil haqq wa tawassaw bis sabr. Shadaqallahul azim. Ila liqa gadan insyaallah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you Ustaz.
Selamat.
Assalamualaikum. Terima kasih.